Matrixx and Rhodes show fans, we are back with another video. We're going to be talking about Gladiator here. Now, Gladiator came out in the year 2000, directed by Ridley Scott. Definitely a great movie. I love the movie. I love Roman history, even though the movie wasn't that historically accurate. We'll probably dive into a little bit of that here in this video. Russell Crowe, tremendous. He actually won an Oscar, I believe, for Best Actor in that movie. The movie came out in 2000, so that was 23 years ago. And Ridley Scott is 85 years old, folks. And guess what? Gladiator 2 is going to be starting production here pretty soon. Over here on Fox News, Gladiator sequel to star Paul Mescal in Ridley Scott film. Now, Paul Mescal is actually going to be playing Lucius Verus. Remember the little boy in Gladiator, Lucilla's son? He's going to be the focus of this film right here going forward. Because Maximus, played by Russell Crowe, of course, he died in that movie. And Commodus is dead also. Now, a little bit of a history lesson. And Gladiator doesn't actually mention this, but Marcus Aurelius was actually co-emperor at first with his adopted brother, Lucius Verus. And that Lucius Verus was actually married to Lucilla, who was in the movie, and their son is Lucius Verus. So it's actually going to be focusing on him. It says here, nearly 25 years after the epic 2000 film Gladiator premiered, the highly anticipated sequel is making a return for part 2. Now, Fox News, it's not 25 years. It's been 23 years. But I digress. Normal People and After Sun breakout star Paul Mescal has been tapped to step into the arena for Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2. While Mescal has bit shoes to fill after Russell Crowe won an Oscar for the Hollywood film, he will take on the role of Lucius, the son of Lucilla, played by Connie Nielsen in the original film, according to Variety via Deadline. Scott is slated to return to the directing chair. In addition to producing, along with Scott, Free President Michael Pruss and Doug Wick, and Lucy Fisher via Red Wagon Entertainment, David Scarper penned the screenplay. Despite the first film being co-produced between DreamWorks and Universal, DreamWorks will not be involved in Gladiator 2. However, Universal has the right to work with the project again once production is set up. Other projects Mescal is involved in are Andrew Haig's Strangers, in which he plays opposite Andrew Scott and Claire Foy. I have not seen that. Meanwhile, Scott is working with actor Joaquin Phoenix, who actually played on Commodus in the original Gladiator. He's working with Joaquin Phoenix in the film Napoleon. And also Joaquin Phoenix is also making Joker 2 right now, too. In 2020, Crowe confessed that he felt guilty over winning an Oscar for his role in Gladiator. Why? He was tremendous in that. During an interview on Australian show Today, Crowe suggested that Scott should have received more praise for the success of the movie. Quote, after starting Gladiator, I got so many pats on the back and, I got some big awards and all that. And obviously, that sort of stepped me up to a different level for quite some time, the actor said. When Crowe rewatched the film at a live screening of Gladiator at the Coliseum in Rome, he felt guilty about his awards. Quote, I watched the movie and it's a director's film. It was one of those moments of, why did I get all the attention when the Academy Award belongs to Ridley Scott? He said, well, that's because you're a big-time star. Big-time stars are always going to get a lot of recognition. They are. Look at Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise did not direct, not Mission Impossible, but still, when it comes to Mission Impossible, though, Tom Cruise gets the cred, just like with Top Gun Maverick. Nobody talks about the director. They talk about Tom Cruise, okay? But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of Gladiator 2 coming? And it's going to be focusing on Lucius Verus. So this is going to be interesting. Now, one thing that the original Gladiator said about Marcus Aurelius said that Marcus Aurelius shut down the gladiatorial games. That is not true. He shut it down in one place, and it wasn't in Rome. Marcus Aurelius was not against gladiatorial combat. Actually, it was a good way to actually raise a lot of money and gain political favor with the people by having games. So that did not happen. So I don't know how they're actually going to focus on this because if I'm not mistaken, Lucius Verus, the younger, who is actually going to be focused in this movie, it was not an emperor. He wasn't. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Matrixx and Roadshow fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.